Yo way hey ya way yana way yana hey ya way hey ya way yana way yana hey ya way hi yo way hey ya way yana.
The processes of colonialism, racial legislation, patriarchy, and capitalism have contributed to systemic and ongoing forms of violence on Indigenous people and communities. Popular culture has aided the settler colonial agenda in reinforcing notions of the vanishing Indian, the primitive and uncivilized other, the hypersexualization and commodification of Indigenous women, the activist, and the dependent Indian in need of saving. Moving from popular culture's definitions and misrepresentations on what it means to be Indian from the outside looking in, these Indigenous leaders find ways to exercise Indigenous resurgence and self-determination on what it means to be the individual in society from the inside looking out.
Hello, I'm Clarity Smoke and I'm 9 years old.
My name is Michael Kashane. My nationality is Soto First Nation, Ojibwe. I come from Kiskous First Nation in Saskatchewan. I was born and raised in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Tensei Minigisigao, Nina Wapisquasquil. My name is Megan. My spirit name is White Bear Woman. I am originally from Ginoseo-Sipi, or Norway House Cree Nation.
Bojo, Wasayaba Indigenous, Wabshanshi, Dodem, Wasaksing, Donjaba. Meanwhile, Toronto, Donji, Anishinaabe, Nene, and Dao. My name is John Hupfield, and I'm from Wasaksing First Nation. I'm Martin Clan, and presently I live in Toronto, and I'm Anishinaabe.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Marin. I'm from Halibu Mi'kmaq First Nation in the East Coast.
Hi, my name is Jesse Thistle. I'm president of the Aboriginal Students Association at York. I'm from Saskatchewan, a road allowance community called Park Valley.
Hi, I'm Audrey Huntley. My ancestry is mixed. I'm German on my mother's side and Scottish, Irish, and Anishinaabe on my father's. I am the co-founder of No More Silence, and I've primarily been based in the urban community of Toronto and Vancouver's downtown east side.
Hi, my name is Joey Twins. I'm originally from Alberta, Hobbema Cree Nation. It's a 4-band reservation.
I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to make films. So I've seen my role and my responsibility as one of a storyteller, basically sharing people's knowledge, talking to women about their experiences of violence primarily and their struggles to fight colonialism in different ways, doing work around the missing and murdered women, women who participate in land reclamation struggles, women inside who are prison activists. Been fortunate and lucky to have a lot of powerful warrior women share their stories with me.
My roles and responsibilities are primarily to the community, secondly to my family, and thirdly to myself. All my work revolves around helping the community. I research and write about intergenerational trauma within my own life and my community. I research in Saskatchewan primarily. I also write. I'm a big advocate for Indigenous writers. We're storytellers, and I try to create that platform. I'm co-founder of the Toronto Indigenous Students Writers Collective.
I currently work in the education field, and I'm also a student. But one of my many roles in the community is that of a jingle dress dancer. I've been dancing for about 4 or 5 years now, and one of those responsibilities as a dancer is to help heal, because it's a healing dress. So often you have requests from the community, from family, from friends, to dance for them or someone they know. So that responsibility is something not to take lightly. It's a very honorable and a hard responsibility to have, but I do take it very seriously and I enjoy dancing.
One of the things that Martin clan does is whenever like new people would come into the community, or that clan would stand up and adopt them into the community. And part of the work that I was taught is that they're providers, but also protectors of the community. And so it's really important that I think about that and how do I provide for my family and protect.
My role in this community is to always remember that I'm a visitor, and as a visitor I like to maintain an attitude of respect when I am getting to know the people who live here, and I like to contribute by just participating in as many community events as I can so I can meet more people and strengthen and renew relationships as I go on through my life.
My role in my community, I guess, is that I'm a helper. I'm 25 years old now, and I learned a lot growing up, especially from the elders. My late grandmother and my grandfather, they raised me on a reserve setting, and all the teachings that were taught to me growing up for the past 25 years I carried with me. And I'm also a youth advocate speaker, and I'm also a filmmaker. So through film and through being a youth advocate speaker, I get to share my knowledge and my story to the rest of the Indigenous community.
What it means to be behind the drum is that when it's an opportunity to sing. When you pound that drum, it brings all the beats. It means the beats of the Mother Earth and the beats of your heart. And sometimes if you smudge the drum, all that smudge goes up and it tells the Creator that you still remember them. The babies, when they're born, you have to be a role model and show them how to sing, to dance, and learn all those teachings that you've been taught from your mom and dad. And when I dance, when you dance, it represents. You're thanking the Creator for feet, for your legs, and your heart and your body, because some people don't have any legs and they really want to walk, dance, and do all those sorts of stuff. So be thankful that you have legs to walk and dance.
Everything I say, it comes from the heart, and there's a meaning behind it. And it's for the people. It's for the Indigenous people. And yeah, there's nothing more I can say about that, you know. The past 4 years have been really rough on me, but yet I persevere. And I believe that comes from the elders and those traditional teachings.
This fall, in 2014, I plan to continue my studies at the University of Toronto in Oise within the Department of Humanities, Social Science, Social Justice Education. And really what I plan on doing there is just continuing the research that I began as a master's student, really just unpack what violence means for Indigenous women and girls in Canada today. I believe that what we understand to be violence at this point is very limited in scope, and I really hope to expand it just to really acknowledge the experiences of Indigenous women and girls who are with us today.
So another thing that comes with being a jingle dress dancer is that when you take off the dress, those roles and responsibilities don't leave you. It's something that you carry with you every day. And I really think that as much as the dress helps people, it also helps me. The dress definitely helps keep me in check every day, and I constantly reflect on what I'm doing and my actions and my thoughts and my words.
That might be like one aspect of it, but that you kind of spread that out into like your day-to-day life and think about, well, how am I doing that daily? How am I making sure that I have a safe home and that my family is healthy and that my wife and myself are taking care and providing for our family?
I'm choosing to be an Aboriginal historian as well as teach Aboriginal history. In doing that, I'll be able to decolonize history and rewrite the narrative because it's been very one-sided and it's kind of whitewashed. It doesn't tell the truth. And I'm not trying to revise things to point fingers. I'm just trying to tell the truth of what actually happened in North America.
As an activist around the missing and murdered women, it's sometimes hard because you don't feel like things are actually getting better. And unfortunately, just by talking and breaking the silence, I do believe that breaking the silence has helped the family members. I know that in my work, with the many interviews I've done with family members, that one of the things that comes up the most is just the hurt of societal indifference, the feeling that not only have they lost a loved one, but nobody cares. So, just the fact that we come together on February 14th and we do our ceremony on February 14th to provide comfort to the family members, I think that contributes to the healing of our community in a small way.
Bringing the big drum to the community has been very inspirational for myself, and as well for the women too, and that we could sit together and be ourselves, regardless of we're two-spirited or women, and that I believe that, and we all believe that we're strong warriors, we're strong women, and we do respect that drum, the drum of our people. It's not our drum, it's everyone's drum. And because everything that was given to us has been a gift while we're on this plains, and that it's on loan, so to speak. Nothing's ours. When we're done, we'll pass that on to somebody else. And what it does is it makes us stronger. Women, I've seen women change, like drastically, like in a good way. That they're confident. They don't have to look down. They can look proud, and regardless of what anybody says, we're always going to get people that are going to be critical or whatever. But you know what? Who really cares? At the end of the day, like nobody sleeps with me, and I don't sleep with them in my mind, in my heart. So you know what? As long as I'm good with it, and the women are good with it, then that's all that matters. And as long as we're not hurting anybody, people are going to be offended. Like I said before, people will be offended, but that's their problem, not ours. And I always say we have enough luggage to carry with our own stuff. We shouldn't have to carry other people's, opinions and their garbage. And that's all it is ignorance, lack of ignorance. And because when people don't understand something, they're ignorant to it because they don't want to ask or they don't want to come near it or whatever, right? But what I've seen in the last while, sitting at that drum, and even being a dancer, a grass dancer, I find that there's more, men aren't treating me differently. You know what I mean? They're still friendly, they're still good, and those are the ones that matter. The ones that don't want to speak, well, they're missing something. That's how I see it, right? And then again, every day I put that sema down every morning and before I go to bed, because that gives me that strength, that power, that red power, inside our blood. And that's what keeps us going from day to day, I walk with confidence, and I talk to anybody. I don't care what race you come from, because to me, we're all Creator's children, no matter what, no matter what color we are. Some natives got lighter skin than others. I was very fortunate to have a darker olive skin. But my ancestry, my mom was Métis. She was Scottish, French, and Cree. My father was a Cree, and my grandfather was Scottish and Cree, and my grandmother was French and Scottish. So you see, you have all that interracial culture that I have. And you know what, I'm proud. I was very lucky to be registered as a, with status, because even though with status we really don't have no rights, but just to be living on this one reserve, that's it. Outside that reserve we really don't have rights in this society, but in our hearts we do. And I always say, you know what, I'm First Nations, I'm Native, and I'm not going nowhere, and that's the way I feel, and I live by that every day.
Sego, my name is JoleneJohn. I'm Onwehonwe and Ganagahaga, Mohawk from Six Nations of the Grand River Territory, and I'm Bear Clan. I created this film project with a purposeful intention to incorporate the stories of the members of the community around me who are doing very innovative work, dismantling and disrupting the myths of who we are as Indigenous people. And I'm providing a voice to really uplift the people in my community to speak their truths, share their stories, and to educate the mainstream about the innovative and creative ways in which they are practicing their roles and their responsibilities in a good way. And in turn, they're sharing their stories and they're giving back to the community and really making it a better place. So I hope that you learned a lot from this film, and definitely I hope that it's a conversation piece, and don't forget to share your story. Yeah.
Yo way hey ya way ana way hey ya way ana hey ya way ana hey ya way ana way ya hey ya hey oh.